TV. There's quality drama, comedy, soap operas, reality TV, horror. There's a genre out there for everyone. We all have our own unique tastes and interests in TV, but even though we like certain things and we hate other things, we still end up watching certain things at the same time that we just do not like, that we are unanimously kind of agree that this is not good TV, but we watch it anyway. Why is that? Well, it's hard to say exactly. There's something about comfort food and comfort TV, and that's why a lot of bad TV fits into our lives. So today I'm going to talk about some of the bad TV shows that I watch despite their flaws, despite their lack of quality, but I actually really like. And TV shows which I probably shouldn't watch, and that if I didn't watch, I'd have a lot more free time on my hands. But anyway, let's get into it. First up is Snowpiercer. So Snowpiercer, here in the UK on Netflix, in America I believe it's on TNT. This is a very loose adaptation of the movie, but also a loose adaptation of the original graphic novel. And it's not very good. The production values are great, the sets, the lighting, the CGI, the special effects and all that lot, very good. It's a very good looking show. The acting is fine. It's got a pretty decent cast of characters in there, but the writing is the problem, really. The writing is very cliche ridden, it's full of twists and turns that are happening just for the sake of having twists and turns. There's a lot of surprises in there which come out of nowhere because they need to keep us interested somehow. The characters are very bare basic, they have very loose motivations and goals, they aren't very well written, but the actors do a good job with what they are given. And again, the whole sci-fi world of it on this train is really quite fascinating and interesting, and that's probably the main reason I keep watching this show. Although 3 seasons in now, my interest is waning a bit, and they are starting to drag things out a little as well. So yeah, the show also kind of has a cyclical nature. It keeps going in circles where factions keep forming and they keep butting heads and going to battle with one another. New leaders rise up, and then guess what? The old ones still want their position back, so they go and fight again. And it all goes in circles again. One rises to rule, the other one fights back, the other one rises to rule, and guess what? They go back and forth. So yeah, very repetitive, very cheesy and corny, but I like the sci-fi element of it, I like the world of it. So that's why I keep watching, even though it's not very well written or very good in quality TV terms. But there is stuff to like in there. Ghost Hunters. So Ghost Hunters, a reality TV show following a team of ghost hunters, led by Jason Hawes, who used to have Grant Wilson in there as well. I watched Ghost Hunters since day one when it first aired in the UK on Sky, although it's changed channels multiple times here. It's now on Discovery Plus, the new series of it. In America, it used to be the long-running sci-fi channel that it was on, and I believe it's like the longest-running reality TV show on sci-fi history or something like that. It was very popular, very successful show, and it keeps going and going and going. Every episode, this team heads to a location, usually some sort of historical location or a place of note, but sometimes they go to people's houses and stuff, and they hunt for ghosts. It's a very basic premise and setup. Starts off, they check out the location, they interview the people associated with it, they then set up the equipment, it then goes all black and white, or green sometimes, and they start the investigation. There's a lot of dramatic beats and moments in there. You do have to question at times the believability of some of the stuff, you have to question the reliability of some of the evidence and the way in which they're using some of the gadgets at times. But it does do a good job at building up the thrills and the tension at times. There is a horror element that they actually clearly try to induce with like the score and the music and the way in which it's edited. And that's really quite interesting and quite good. But yeah, this is a reality TV show where focusing on a paranormal thing that a lot of people may not believe, a lot of people might not think exists. Do I believe in ghosts and stuff like that? Well, I've always been on the fence about it, I suppose, but yeah, that's a discussion for another time. But the end, the Ghost Hunter is not a show for everyone. It's not a very good show. Every episode is kind of the same thing, just over and over again. The results, you always want to know the results on this show, and that's kind of the big thing. What is the evidence? What do they find at the end? Well, they always reveal it, and it's always like some mumbled, jobbled whisper that you can barely make out, but they can apparently hear it clear as day. So it's always that end point which you're hoping to get to. The investigation has some thrills and tension in there, but it's the ending that really makes or breaks the episode. And more often than not, the ending not good. So I don't know why I keep watching it, but I do. But I also suppose that because I've watched this for like 20 years now or something like that, I kind of just like the people involved, especially the ones who've been there a long time. And that's kind of what reality TV is all about, I suppose. Delving into the lives of these people. And while this is much more focused on what these people are doing rather than the people themselves, although early on it did focus on the people, I suppose that's why I keep coming back, to see what's Jason up to now? What's Stephen Tango up to now? I don't know. Sticking with reality TV, we're all going into a more competition-based reality TV. America's Got Talent. So America's Got Talent, way better than Britain's Got Talent. Britain's Got Talent has been doing the same thing every year for the past like 10 years it seems now, with the same judges, the same lineup, the same sort of acts, the same sort of results, and it's not good. America's Got Talent, meanwhile, has a lot more variety in there. They do change up the judges here and there. The judges are better, I think. The judges are more representative of what I personally think about certain things, and I like the judges more in the American version. The American version also has bigger budget, bigger production, and so on and so forth, so it looks and sounds better. And also, the American version has a much longer season than the British version. The British version, it seems to have like 6 episodes and then they go straight to the live shows. The American one, though, there's like 20 odd episodes altogether, and you really get to know some of the acts and the talent on there, so you can actually get a good idea of who's actually deserving of the winning position. So yeah, a reality competition show. I don't really need to describe what this is, do I? I will anyway. Various people come on, try to show off their talent, whether it's singing or juggling or dancing or whatever the hell else it is. And the judges vote on it, the audience votes on it eventually. They go to live shows, they put on a big extravaganza, or they try to at least. And yeah, it's entertaining, it's variety. That's one of the things that I like about this show, is that each episode, you know you're going to get something different. If you like singing, you're going to get some of that. If you like some sort of danger act, well, you're probably going to get some of that. You never really know what you're going to get. And there's always something in there that's going to be a bit surprising. Although if you watch it every year like I do, well, guess what? You're going to see the same magic tricks by different magicians. You're going to see the same songs being sung by different people. Not always, but there is some variety in there. You're going to see the same people coming on each and every year, or the same type of people coming on each every year, and just kind of doing what's already been done. Sometimes they do try and add some reinvention in there, which mixes things up a bit, but yeah, not a good TV show. This is what I would call comfort TV, that you just put on in the background while you're playing your Nintendo Switch or whatever, or you're on your phone or whatever else you want to do. It's comfort TV, not good TV. The final reality type show that I'm going to talk about today is a British one, which has had an American version of it, but I don't think the American version's anywhere near as successful or as popular. I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here. So I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here is here in the UK on ITV. It has celebrities going to a jungle location for 3 weeks, although in recent years, because of the pandemic, they've actually gone to a castle in Wales. And it's hosted by Anton Deck, who provides some comedy and commentary. And yeah, the celebrities basically has to survive in this location for 3 weeks. Towards the second half of the series, they start to get voted out one by one. Along the way, they had to do various trials and challenges, from like eating various animal parts or insects and stuff like that, or being buried in a coffin with insects and snakes and whatever, or whatever else, putting their hands in a hole where they can't figure out what's in there. They've got to get the stars. So they do all these challenges for our entertainment and of course to get food. If they fail the challenges, they don't get the food, so the celebrities get grumpy. And the more grumpy they are, the more contentious they get, the more fights that break out. So yeah, it's very like formatted, scripted reality show where the people making the show are very manipulative of the celebrities in the show. The best thing about I'm a Celebrity, I would say, is Ant and Dec. Ant and Dec, very likable, very lovable duo. They are very funny at times. Their humour is not for everyone. They're not going to make fans of everyone that watches them. But if you like them, they're the best thing here. The problem with the show is the celebrities. The celebrities each and every year are either not celebrities at all, or they're just not very big celebrities. Sometimes they do mix it up and they have like a big name from like America or something come in, but that's very rare, especially now that we're in the pandemic era where people aren't as willing to travel and so on, and there's a bigger restriction on things. Hopefully when they get back to Australia that'll change a bit. But yeah, you get a lot of celebrities who are from like soap operas and stuff like that, which are like, as far as I'm concerned, bottom of the barrel celebrities. They're barely celebrities. You get ones who are from other reality TV shows, which is even worse, where it's like, if you don't watch that reality TV show, or if you're not reading all these tabloid magazines and stuff like that, then guess what, you don't know who these people are. Luckily, as the show goes on, you do get to know them anyway, but it helps if you know them to begin with. And that's the biggest problem with I'm a Celebrity. The last show I'm talking about today is Fear the Walking Dead. So Fear the Walking Dead is spin-off of The Walking Dead. Started out meant to be about the outbreak of the zombie infection or whatever it was. Only by the end of the first season it ended up just being another Walking Dead show, and not a very good one. The problem is that it kept changing its focus. Was it about this family trying to survive? Yes and no. Was it about Morgan coming in from Walking Dead? Was it about trying to be a spin-off of the main show, or was it just trying to be its own thing? It kept changing what it wanted to be, and then about season 3 or 4, it changed the whole look of the show, the tone of the show, the main character of the show, and I think that improved it a little bit. A lot of people would argue that it didn't, fair enough. But at the end of the day, this is a spin-off that just felt like a continuation of the main show with less interesting characters and less well written. There's a lot of stuff that happens in this show that doesn't make sense. There's a lot of stuff that happens in this show where characters are saying and doing things simply because they have to, otherwise there isn't a story. And yeah, at the end of the day, it's just another zombie show. It's just another Walking Dead TV show. And that's not great. But I kind of enjoy bits of it. There are certain characters in there that I like. I do think it gets a really good cast in there, some big names and familiar faces and so on. If you're a fan of Deadwood, guess what? Almost all the cast of Deadwood show up in this in some form or another, which is great. Clearly someone in the casting department loves that show and wants to see them actors again. I'm all for that. But yeah, not a great show, but it has had its ups and downs. And those are the bad TV shows that I watch that I can think of off the top of my head. I'm sure you've got bad TV shows that you watch. Let me know what they are. And of course, if you watch any of the bad TV shows that I've just mentioned, don't comment on that. I don't care. At the end of the day, I think they're bad, you might like them. Who knows? And even though I think they're bad TV shows, I watch them, I enjoy them still. So, yeah, not really a bad thing. If you've liked this video, subscribe to my channel for more content like this, and follow me on Twitter and Instagram at _Grant Burt. Until next time though, thanks for watching.